Yes, good evening, everyone. So today we'll discuss, and tomorrow as well, we'll discuss about the communication and related topic to the communication now. Okay. So today we'll start with the basic concept of communication, and then we'll move further accordingly. Okay. So we're waiting for everyone to join in first, and then we'll start the session. Yes, students, we'll start the class within few minutes of time. Let's wait for everyone to join. Okay. So let me share my screen with you, and we'll start the definition part of communication. Okay. So is my screen visible? Please kindly confirm, students.
Yes, it's visible.
So basically, this topic which we will cover up in today's class, it is more about revolving around organizational communication. Make sure, okay? And according to that, we'll discuss the topic today and one case study related to that, and the related topic of communication tomorrow as well, with barriers, evolution, global implications, and one more case studies. Okay. In the first half, before the break, we'll discuss about the theoretical concepts. Okay, so shall we start? I think. Yes, we should start now. So when we talk about this, you could say the basic concept of communication. Okay, we'll discuss about it definition part. Okay, so when we discuss about what is communication is all about, the first and foremost thing we need to keep in mind, the communication is basically way how the thought, how the process, how the you could say the ideas can be exchanged between two parties. Okay. Now, when we discuss about this particular communication methodology or communication topic, these are basically, you could say, one of the most important aspect for each and every organization. Even an individual, we talk about a group or an organization, they cannot even exist without communicating or without sharing their knowledge, without sharing their experience in the organization. So always remember, when we discuss about the communication must include two important aspects, that is the transfer and the understanding of the meaning. Okay. So it must include, because I'm not going to cover the basic communication in its part, we are discussing in the context of organizational communication, transfer and the understanding of meaning. Okay, so when we discuss about this particular portion of you could say communication, The communication may be poor, may be perfect. It totally depends on how the particular thought or an idea is transmitted and the receiver has perceived in the same manner how a particular mental picture has the sender has been sent. For example, if you could say discussing a particular topic of communication with you, the content or the concept which I want to discuss with you, whether you are getting the same context or same understanding or not, it is basically called the perfect communication. Okay. So when we discuss about the definition of perfect communication, may be defined as when a thought or idea, when a thought or idea is permitted, sorry, it's transmitted so the receiver perceived exactly same mental picture, same mental picture as the sender. Like it's a very simple thing. Like when we go for the, you could say movies, we go for, you could say any show or something. Whenever they narrate a story, okay, that is again the one of the important form of communication. What they want to narrate, okay, the narration or the picture which they want to create in the mind of the audience is the same picture which is being, you could say, provided by the sender as well. So the mental picture exchange is again one of the most important aspect when we come to organizational communication. Now, when we discuss about this particular portion, the communication, we need to understand the basic functions of you could say, communication. Okay, so the next topic which we have, that is about the functions of communication. Yes, anyone who can tell me what are the major functions which we can cover up under communication? Because there are basically four major types of functionality when we come to communication. That is about control, motivation, emotional expression, and information. Okay, so when we discuss about these four major aspect of communication, it is important that these four must actually work together in order to make your communication more stronger. Okay, first point, control. What do you mean by control, please? Anyone? Control of communication.
So control is whatever the objectives has been set by the organization is being communicated to the top to lower level has been performed or not. So method of control is used. So.
Okay. Anyone else, please? What is control? Because see, we are discussing this particular aspect or the topic from organizational communication. Okay, so how the control is the most important part when it's come to organizational communication? Anyone, please? Like, what would be the practical aspect of this control? I think Poonam, you are right about this, about the control of communication, that whatever you are communicating, it should be under the periphery of the design instruction or the design, you could say, problem or the segment which you're talking right now. What in the organizational context, when we come to formal and informal communication? Yes, anyone? Raksha, Shabana, Sherin? No idea? See, when we discuss about the communication in the controlled manner, we are talking about the control in the behavior. Okay, so the control means that is about the behavioral control. Okay, this behavioral control is nothing but when it's come to either a formal communication or even the informal communication, the particular individual must have to understand the guidelines and the hierarchy of the system. For example, if you're talking to the boss, what type of control you need to be in your voice, in your pitch, in your words, that is very, very important part. Okay, so control, when we talk about, it would be the pitch, you could say words, even the expression, etc. So that is a basic important thing when you talk about behavioral control. With whom you are talking, how you need to control your words, how you need to control your expression. They're the most important point when you come to communication. You should just give me 2 minutes of time, please. Okay, just a minute. Just technical issues is there. Just a minute, please. Yes, and sorry for the interruption. There was a technical issue in the laptop, I think so. Now I hope so I'm clearly audible. Okay. So the control is basically calling about the behavioral control. Okay, what are the pitch, word, expression you need to use in your behavior, in your voice, in your words, in your pitch. That are the most important part when we come to control of communication. Second is called your motivation. What is motivation? Anyone? In the organizational context, please, everyone. Not in general context.
Motivation is basically the manager needs to motivate the employees in their day-to-day works so that in order to get the results.
Perfect, perfect, absolutely perfect.
And it boosts productivity also, workplace morale.
Very good, very good. So, like in a simple language,
And
Raksha, if
through
we can talk about that is about clarification, I think so.
the effective communication with the employees feel more empowered
Yes, yes, yes.
through
Perfect,
effective
perfect,
communication.
perfect, Raksha. Yes, Miss Poonam, I think you are saying something.
So it is an active desire of any employer, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. So, like in a simple language, if we can see that how a particular clarification given to the employee. Yeah. So, clarification to employees about organizational work. Okay, work means what to do, how to complete a particular work, how exactly the process should be followed, what are the ethical values of the company. So motivation, nothing but it is nothing but the messages from the top management about the to the employees of the company and it will guide you about how exactly the worker has to work in the organization and how they can be motivated, continuously motivated in the organization to improve the productivity and effectiveness in the long run. Okay. The next one we have emotional expression. Anji, emotional expression means?
It's like facial expression, like smiling.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, uh,
Crying also, sir.
Pardon?
Crying.
Okay, see, try to understand what is emotional expression over here. It is nothing but in a simple language, if you can see that it is feeling and fulfillment of social needs. Okay, because when we talk about any organization, it is very, very important that you always need to understand the feeling and the need of the individual or the employee of the company. And accordingly, you need to provide the, you could say, the facilities or the assistance to the employees. Okay, so emotional expression basically consists of, or if you can say in a simple language, empathy. Okay, feeling and
Fulfilling.
fulfillment of social needs. Okay, so very basic part about the emotional expression. What
Okay.
about the information now? What about the information?
Receiving the guidelines from time to time regarding their working conditions in the organization.
Yes, 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 because this information always facilitate in decision making. Okay, so if the information is correct, information is true, and information is basically up to the mark as per, you could say, dynamics of the company, then definitely each and every individual can think about think in the same direction what the company is basically looking for. So that is basically the part of her information that is facilitates in decision making. Clear, everyone? Control, motivation, emotional expression, and information. Any
Yes,
doubt,
sir.
anyone? Yes, students. Any query to anyone, please? No? I think so.
No, sir.
Perfect. So we'll discuss the next part, that is about the process of communication. Now I'll just put one diagram over here, and that diagram will discuss about the process, because this diagram you discuss, I think, since class 9th onwards. Okay, the very basic diagram about communication. Okay, just wait a minute. I'm copying that diagram on the screen. Yes, in just a minute, please. So the basic structural diagram of this communication process . So I think this diagram, I think you know from the class 7th or 8th actually, because it's a very basic diagram we have when it's come to communication. Yes, that is the process of communication we have. Okay, the process of communication always starts from the sender to the receiver. Okay, now you can see that the diagram basically associated with the message to be sent, encoding of the message, channel through which the communication is going, what message you receive, what message is decoded by the receiver. Okay, what is encoding and decoding? Please, anyone who can explain me first.
Encode is how you I mean,
Like for example, if I have to explain a particular topic or you could say a message to you or a particular topic to you, what I will do, I will actually encode in certain mental makeup first, and then only I can deliver to you with the help of this online mode right now through Zoom. But like for example, Miss Poonam having some different understanding, Anuj having some different understanding, Raksha having some different understanding. So how you decode, it totally depends on your mind makeup, your mental status, your mental makeup about this message which is being to be delivered from the faculty to the students. That is decoding. Okay. Now it might be possible, let us suppose, when I was discussing this topic process of communication, the network of Poonam is not working well. This is basically the disturbance, noise in there. So she couldn't understand anything, whatever I've explained about this particular process of communication. So process of communication basically start with sender to receiver with the help of a channel, which channel may be online, offline, or any other mode. Through that, the message could be encoded and to be sent. What if the same message is being decoded by the receiver as well? It is called perfect communication. Okay, so we'll discuss all these particular point one by one. Yes. So when we come to, you could say, the messaging is all about. The important thing is that the encoding of the message from the sender. Okay, so like if in a simple language, if I'll just talk about this particular point, that before sending, before communication, not sending, before communication takes place, it needs a purpose. It needs a purpose and a message to be conveyed between a sender and a receiver. Between a sender and a receiver. Like for example, if there are only 6 students we have in the class right now, if someone from, you could say, engineering background or someone from any other department coming and sitting this in this particular class, and he or she does not know anything about this particular topic, in that case the communication won't take place effectively, because the purpose and message to be conveyed between sender and receiver is not actually related at all. Okay, for example, suppose like Poonam belongs to HR background, and if I'm discussing one finance topic right now, definitely she would be you could say out of the clue what exactly is going on in the class right now. Okay, this is the way, whenever before communication you need to understand the purpose behind this particular communication mode or communication network. Okay, are you clear with this, please?
yes, it's clear.
Yes. Now we talk about senders encoding. What is senders encoding? First of all, that is about the conversion of that thought process into symbolic form. Okay, conversion of thought process into symbolic form. Like sometime it happen with the individual as well. Like for example, if I want to communicate something very important topic to you, but sometimes what happens, like whenever I want to communicate something, it might not be possible that whatever mental makeup which I have, I am actually explaining the same in the same way. Might be possible that I am extracted somewhere else. May possible there are certain hindrances around me right now, with my family, with my friends, whatsoever it could be. So in such a cases, it might be possible that conversion might not be that effective because of the particular surrounding noises and surrounding hindrances. Okay, that is called the sender encoding. Okay, now the medium, you already know what is medium. It is about the mode of communication. That is about the mode of communication. Now, right now the mode of communication is online classes. So we are going through with online classes in the case of online communication. That is called the mode of communication. Now these mode, when basically decide upon whether the you could say the message which the encoder want to send or which the sender want to send will be decoded by the individual. Okay, so decoding is most important part, depends on the mode of communication as well. Okay, because the decoding is same as the encoding. definitely the message which a particular sender wants to communicate will be delivered to that individual. Okay, so receiver decoding, that is what? That is conversion of message sent by sender. Okay, and if encoding is equals to decoding, it is called basically perfect communication. I hope so. It's a very simple point we are discussing right now. Because this medium of communication, maybe you could say formal or maybe informal as well. Okay. Yes, students, clear? I think so. This part. Okay, everyone, please. And the last point we have, that is called the feedback. Now, feedback basically assures you how successful communication was. So that is basically the part of the basic process of communication with all these important components. Yes, students. Any doubt to anyone, please? Haji, any doubt to anyone?
No, sir.
In this process? Now we'll move to the next part, that is about the direction of communication. Okay. Now direction means what? Yes, student. What do you mean direction?
From where the communication is being received, from which direction the communication is being received.
Yeah, that is about the flow of communication we are talking right now. Now, these flow of communication, it may be vertically or vertical or lateral. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the vertical communication, it is of two types. That is about the downward and upward. Okay. So vertical communication is downward communication, the upward communication, and when we have the lateral communication as well. We'll discuss these 3 points one by one now. Okay. Now let's move to the first part right now. That is called downward communication. What is downward? Very simple, I think so. It is communication from one level to other level, or you could say one upper level to the lower level. Okay. So communication from upper level to lower level is called basically downward communication. Okay. Now in this downward communication, the general purpose of downward communication is the purpose of downward communication is, or R, better say, I think, what it could be: assigning goals to your subordinates, job instructions, what else? Policies and policies and procedures. What else? What else, students, we can include in that? Point out the problems that need attention. Okay, what else? feedbacks, etc. Okay. And when we discuss about this particular downward communication, always manager is trying to explain to their subordinates or to their lower level employees that how the things can be moved, how the, you could say, the operation can be moved, and all the purpose, all the communication which we need to float from the top management or middle level management to the lower level management, that everything comes under downward communication. Okay. And always remember, downward communication basically is all about one-way communication. Okay, so always remember the downward communication, usually it is one-way communication. Okay, it is one way in nature always. Okay, but rarely you can see that a particular downward communication may be two-way. Okay. Anji, is it clear everyone, please? Downward communication, I think so. Yes, student, any doubt, please?
No, sir.
Okay. Next one is called upward communication. Okay, what is upward communication? Yes, and what is upward communication now?
Some subordinate from subordinate level to the manager's level.
Yes, yes, yes. And it may be two way as well, I think, because when we talk about upward communication, it is nothing but from down level or to the higher level in the organization. And these communication usually actually provide feedbacks, inform about the progress of the company, inform any issues available in the company. And these type of communication is usually given by you could say the lower level manager, and they always give their feedback about how they're feeling on the job, how they're feeling with the co-workers. And you, in this particular case, the manager always asks about the solution as well. For example, if you're facing some issues in the upward communication, so they will always actually guides you, they will always actually tell you about what a solution which we can come up with, okay, along with the problems. So this is a way how that upward communication may take place into the organization. So upward communication. Upward communication, the first part which we talk about, it is about the flow. It is, you could say it is flow of communication from lower to upper level. It consists of, usually when we talk about the communication in this particular case, it consists of issues related to you could say any issues about when we can talk about the feedbacks. Okay, when we talk about you could say progress of the company, or you could say progress report of the company. Okay, discussion on current issues on ground, okay, etc. These are the major, you could say, point which comes under upward communication. Okay, Now, when we discuss about this particular upward communication, it is always remember it is two-way communication. Okay, because management can give some guidelines and can give some suggestion to the employees. And in such a cases, it's very important that the upward communication always actually helping the employee to resolve the ground level problems and ground level activities which is not being reached to the top management. Okay, so that is all about the upward communication. Any doubt in this, please?
No doubt, it's clear.
Now the last one we have lateral communication. So when we discuss about the lateral communication, the lateral communication is basically among the member at the same work group or at the same level. Okay, so we talk about it takes place. It takes place among same work group, among same work group, comma, or you could say same level. Okay, or any other horizontal equivalent worker, means belong to same cadre and same level, horizontal equivalent worker, etc. Okay, so that is a very basic fundamental when we talk about the lateral communication. Okay, now what type of, you could say, issues or the communication would be there when we come to lateral communication?
So conflicts, interpersonal behavior. That's
Okay,
so job related issues.
yes. Yes, anything else about lateral communication? Because this communication actually may be constructive, may be destructive as well, depends on the type of communication we have. Okay, and along with that, whenever we talk about the facilitation of this particular communication, the important thing that whenever we talk about lateral communication, it must be effective always, because otherwise it will always actually disturb the working mechanism of the organization.
So formation of groups can be that take place in that
Yes,
same
yes.
level of person.
That's the reason it can be good or bad. Depends on the type of communications are there. Communication is there between among the group members. Okay. If like we talk about some lateral relationship are formally sanctioned, that is completely fine. But if it is informal and they want to suppress certain group or certain individual in the organization, that may be very, very dangerous. Okay. So that is about the lateral communication. It should be good. It should be up to the mark. Yes, students, clear, I think. The direction of communication, downward, upward, and lateral. Yes, student, please kindly confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Now the next one we have, that is called interpersonal communication. See, this topic is very, very simple, but important thing we'll discuss a case study right now in today's class as well. Okay. So when we come to interpersonal communication, what is interpersonal? How the individual in the organization are communicating and they are sharing their thought, sharing their, you could say, views about any situation, any, I could say, contingency in the organization. Okay. So this is basically what the group member transfer meaning between and among each other. Okay. Yes, Ms. Poonam, you are saying something, I think.
Same thing I want to say, sir.
Yes. Transfer meaning between and among each member. Now you can see that when we talk about the transfer and this particular communication, this transfer may be constructive, may be destructive. Okay. So types of, you could say, interpersonal communication are, one is called oral, then we call written, and non-verbal. I think it's very simple topic actually. Okay. So when we discuss about the oral communication, that will be help of, that is in discussion with one another. And oral communication is more about, it is very speedy, in which with the feedback is also very prompt actually, or immediate actually we can say. Okay. So when we discuss about the oral communication, it is nothing but speeches, formal one-to-one or group discussion or informal rumor, mill, grapevine, all are the basic popular form of oral communication. I think let's discuss in detail, I think so, one by one. So let's move to the first part, that is called oral communication. So what is oral communication? First of all, it include, first of all, speeches, one-on-one or one-to-one, and group discussions. What else? Informal rumor, very common in the companies. Informal rumor. What else? Grapevine. You know what is grapevine?
Yes, sir. Informal communication.
Yes, it is a form of informal communication. I think about the gossip actually we can say. Okay, among the group members. So it's a basic form of, you could say, oral communication. Now always remember, when we discuss about the advantage of oral communication, it is speedy and feedback is immediate. Okay, in the oral communication we're talking right now, because whatever verbal message which we are actually sending to the server, in that case we can say that this communication is always actually very quick, easy to detect whether it is correct or not. Like we talk about face-to-face communication, we can actually simply understand the message of particular person very, very easily. Okay. When talk about disadvantages, okay, the major disadvantage of oral communication is nothing but the message is basically passing through number of people. So there may be possible the alteration may be there. Okay. So we can say that disadvantage is potential distortion. Okay, potential distortion. Potential distortion. Why? Because it passes through many people and it may be manipulative as well. Clear, I think, students? Yes, student. Is this point clear, please, everyone? Oral communication.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Second one, we have written communication. Now, what is written communication, please? What is the form of written communication, first of all? That is memos, letters, fax, email, instant message, or we can say WhatsApp right now. Okay. instant messages, periodicals, notice, bulletin, etc. So the major modes of, you could say, written communication. Written communication always make sure it is tangible and verifiable as well, because it is proof is already available for longer period of time. So verifiable is the important characteristics of the written communication. Fine. Now, when we discuss about the written communication, it is important that these information may be stored for indefinite period. Okay, so information may be stored for indefinite period. Okay. Now, what are the drawbacks we talk about when we come to this particular in written communication? Anyone? First of all, time consuming. What else? Lack of feedback. Please, students, anyone else? Lack of feedback mechanism, but very slow as well. Because in oral it is very immediate, but in written it always takes some time. Okay, so you could say major two disadvantages we can discuss when we come to written communication. Clear things, student? It's very simple topic we are discussing right now. Yes, students, everyone. The last one we have non-verbal communication. Now, what is non-verbal communication, please?
Which are in form gestures and body movements.
Facial
Yes.
expressions and body language.
Like you can say the glance, stare, smile, frown, body movements, like what is a Rakshabai? That is body movements. Okay, etc. This would be the major, you could say, non-verbal communication. In the case of non-verbal communication, it is basically totally depends on how a particular person perceive a certain messages. But these body movements, maybe you could say perceived by someone else in the different language. Okay. Clear, student? I think it's very simple. Because when we discuss about this particular non-verbal communication, it is very important that the extent to which we like another and we are interested in his or her view. Because non-verbal communication is only, you could say, effective when a particular person is interested in a particular viewpoint of a particular individual. Okay, so extent to which we like another and are interested in his or her views. Okay. Second point is the important thing, that is perceived status, because what you perceive from body language, it depends on individual. Perceived status between sender and receiver. Clear, I think, students? Like we talk about, you could say cross leg, sitting position, casual approach, relaxed approach. These are major, you could say, point which we can talk about you could say a communication. Okay. And again, like when you talk about the emphasis as well, what emphasis you have when you come to communication, physical distances, the languages, or what we can say, the emotions behind the message, each and everything basically comes under this facial expression. Okay. Now this facial expression actually having, you could say, certain parts as well, like we can include in that the body movements, facial expressions. Okay, that we can also include in that. So I think so. It's very simple topic about what are the basic, you could say, forms of communication: verbal, non-verbal, and oral. That is called the intrapersonal communication. Is it clear with everyone? Hanji, please kindly confirm, students.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. So now I think we will go for a short break, and tomorrow we'll cover up choices. Then we come to organizational, pervasive function of communication, and barriers to communication. These three topics will cover up in tomorrow's class. Okay. So today we will discuss one important case study about this particular communication. Okay. So first of all, we'll discuss about the communication error when we come to pitfalls of emails. Okay. And second, we'll discuss about using social media to your advantage. Fine. So these two case study will cover up after a short break of time now. Fine, students. And tomorrow again we'll cover up this particular remaining topic of this particular unit. Okay. Yes, students.
Oh, okay,
Yes,
sir.
it's okay. Okay, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So we are going for a break now, and we'll get back to it 6 o'clock sharp. Fine. Thank you. Yes, student. Shall we start now? I think with the first case study. Okay. So the first case study, that is about the pitfalls of emails. Okay. Why or how the particular, you could say, email method is basically having its pros and cons when it's come to communication. Okay. Please kindly go through with this case study right now. Yes, student, please do it fast. We'll discuss this case now. In one more case study after that. Yes, when go through with this, please. We'll start discussion on this at 6:10 sharp. It's very, very simple case study about how the email errors can actually lead to in you a big trouble in the organization.
So it is a case of down communication.
Yes, yes, Miss Prunam, that is correct actually.
It
Because
is a
when we are talking,
downward.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a blunder actually, nothing else.
Yes.
Okay.
Downward communication, and there was a lateral team forms for the idea to get how the bowl will be, how the what for selling about what idea for clients. So
Yes, yes.
he misguided about the another team that the team is the for a real competition, sir.
Okay, yes, yes, yes. Yes, it's very simple actually.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yes, clear everyone, I think. Anyone, please? I think it's very simple case study.
Yes, sir, it's clear case study.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Now, second case study we'll discuss as well. That is about the using social media to your advantage. Okay, 1 minute, please. Let me show you that case now. Because now I think we are left only with very few more topics for this particular subject. Because today and tomorrow will go for communication and its pitfalls, its barriers, and all. And then we have one more topic that is called Hawthorne experiment. One is called basically Jory window. Okay. So few small topics are left now. Rest we have already completed now. Okay. For this particular subject. And remaining, I think we'll discuss one class activity that I told you already. Let me complete the syllabus first, and accordingly we'll start discussing that. Okay. So right now we are going for the second case study now. You can see on my screen as well. Using social media to your advantage. Is it visible, please? I think everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Please go through with it now. It is this case is basically all about the interaction of the social media, how the social media is basically helping the company. Okay. And what are its drawbacks as well? Means the pros and cons of social media when it's come to the organization. Okay. Please have a look. We'll discuss this case study as well. Yes, student, once done, let me know, please. We'll start discussing on this as well. Yes, student, please raise your hand once you are done. Yes, sharing done. Okay. Prakash done. Good. It's a very basic case study on the social media and like its pros and cons when it's come to the organization communication. Okay. Yes, student, done everyone. Please kindly confirm. Okay, fine, perfect. So can we start discussion on this, please? Anyone? Sharing, you can start, I think.
Yes, sir, sure. So, this case study is mainly about the social media impacts, mainly on the organizations. It has both positive and negative impacts. So it's mainly showing the advantages and it has it's showing some drawbacks also. Especially they are discussing first, it's very difficult to control the social media communication. For example, if the organization is sending some messages or posting a poster about something or any program in their Facebook wall or any social media, it can reach up to many people by sharing all those posts within limited time. But if they want to reschedule or if they want to correct something or if, in that post, but it will be very difficult for the organization because it has reached a lot of people within that limited time.
Okay.
So I think that's a main drawback of the social media, and it has a lot of positive side also. It has a speedy way to give the information to people. I think these are the main things.
Yes, yes, perfect, perfect. Any input, please? Any other angle? about this case study? Mr. Prakash, I think. Yes, Mr. Prakash.
Yes.
Ms. Poonam? Yeah, please, please.
I think organizations should need the social media presence today. Uh,
Hmm.
while there are drawbacks, uh, there are mechanisms by which organizations can take control of that situation. But
Yeah.
definitely, having a social media presence is to their advantage
Hmm.
because of your reachability, your ability to build your image, to promote your company. All
Hmm.
that would be possible faster through the social media. And
Yes.
people are now, at least in the latest survey, people are all hooked on to the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and all that. It's a routine thing, and because of which it's very important to have your presence there. While there can be mechanisms by which you can control the drawbacks, which I think even the Facebook team is working on.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, yes.
yeah, the company can yeah, also see possibilities of bringing in rules and restrictions so that the sensitive information or the corporate strategy information is not disseminated from the organization.
Hmm.
Now, those things can be worked out, but not having a social media presence will be to the disadvantage of the company.
Definitely, definitely. Because somehow it's a need of the hour, we can say that.
It's a need of the hour, definitely so.
Yes, yes, yes. And somehow, like when we talk about two sides of a coin,
Yeah,
so when we are allowing the people to use social media and not allowing everything, but in a common parlances nowadays, if we talk about having more disadvantages compared to advantages, actually,
yes, it
because
is.
how people are actively engaged in like when it's come to different aspects, not about you could say the communicating about the information about the organization, but
Yeah.
it also actually cater the all the you could say informal communication which took place in these spheres actually.
Yeah, that's what that I mean you'll have to weigh both the pros and cons,
Yes, yes, yes.
and then work out a solution where what needs to go, what needs to be held back, you know.
Yeah, even like usually, like when you talk about in our organization, like we all are working professionals actually.
Yeah,
They like when the boss is taking the meeting, we are using our WhatsApp, we are using our Instagram, actually just creating the memes on that. So these
yeah,
are very, you could say, basic fundamental things which are going on in the practical world nowadays.
right, right.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you,
Yeah,
Prakash. Thanks for the nice discussion, actually.
yeah, actually, in my office, we they used to put a curb on all these sites between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m.
Okay,
So,
okay,
only after 5 p.m. can you access all these social media sites. But
okay, okay.
but things have changed now. They knew that it would be a disaster to keep away from this not being present in the social media. So they have now given access in between, but at the same time put in restrictions, and there's somebody to monitor what each one is doing at certain point of time.
Yeah,
So
even like what I personally actually go through with this particular phenomena, like whenever you need to log in, like for example, you are using the Wi-Fi or you're using the internet in the premises,
yeah,
the company can trace actually what exactly you are using, which website
absolutely,
you
absolutely.
use, and everything would be the part
Yeah,
of that.
absolutely. Now everything can be monitored. Now,
Yes.
even today, for example, if you see the Google Analytics, the Google Analytics tells you what each individual is doing at which all site is visiting at any point of time, and
Yes. Yes.
there are mechanisms in Google Analytics so where you can pinpoint and say, okay, now this individual at this time has been browsing these sites. So that kind of information is possible from Google Analytics.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Prakash.
I've done a course in digital marketing, therefore I'm able to. They have given a lot of insights into how Google and Analytics really operates.
Okay. Okay. That's fantastic. Even like because
Yeah,
we are not from IT.
it's the best tool now at this point of time where you can't even imagine the way it works. It is so fast.
So even I should learn, I think, something from you then in a lecture.
No, absolutely, sir. Because Google Analytics, you should definitely see there's a certification and there's a course on that separately. But
Okay.
it's an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool.
Okay, I'll do that. Just send me the links actually if it is possible.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Prakash. Nice discussion always with
Thank
you.
you.
Miss Poonam, any input from you?
So, no, sir, but yeah, I am the user of Facebook. Or I have seen that not companies like only KPMG or very few companies are there on the Facebook.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
They interact with. In India, like country, there is very less exposure to the this social media about the companies using.
Okay. Yes.
So blue chip companies are not going to Facebook.
Yes, definitely. Because a lot of debatable, actually, it's a very debatable issue like throughout the world about this social media. Okay. So, like,
Yes, sir, because they don't.
yes, Miss Poonam, continue, please.
So because the companies, they are not. It looks like they are not interested in this social media or what.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely correct.
They have their own periphery of. They have their own periphery of work and culture. Culture, sir.
Like even same we are discussing with Prakash as well, like rightly suggested by him as well, how the thing, because it's a very debatable topic about the social media.
Absolutely.
And like not in the organization, in the personal life as well. Okay, it's very debatable.
It's very debatable. Absolutely.
Like even like we are not talking about ourselves being a working professional, but even like when you talk to your kids, when you talk to your spouse, even how you could say actively they are engaging in all such activities just to disturb, you could say, of their personal life as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, great. I think so. So that's enough for the day, I think, so students, from my side. And tomorrow, I think I will cover up the challenges, barriers, and the global implication of communication. Along with that, few more case studies on this particular topic.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Prakash. Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, everyone. Is there any query to
Yes, sir.
anyone?
Thank you, sir.
Raksha, any query you have? Shabana?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Perfect.
Sir, after organization behavior, sir, what is the next?
I'll discuss with the institute. I think we will take one practical subject now because one practical, one theories, I think would be far better.
So the practical subject is economics next.
Yeah, might be we are planning to go for marketing management as well. It's very interesting topic as well, marketing management.
Yes, sir.
So we'll decide upon it. We'll let you know because this is last week I think we have, because next Monday we have holiday because of Holi. So we don't have the classes on that day.
We want 2-day holiday, sir.
Yeah, 2 days holidays.
Yes, sir, because celebration will be, sir, a lot of work for us ladies.
But because of COVID, everything is actually abolished right now, and all parties and all events is cancelled.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's a part and parcel of life. We can't do anything. It's uncontrollable part for us, I think. Yes. So I think thank you everyone, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Please take care, everyone.
Okay, sir.
Bye.